Yes, sir. Here I am. Man, I got a whole different color scheme going on right now. As you can see, because I got the stars behind me. I got the galaxy behind me for a reason. I'm in the dark. I'm in the Raiders colors here. I'm not even in cowboy blue. I'm not even. I'm trying to join in on maybe a little the optimism that some of you guys have. But I'm not. I ain't no fool. You understand? I'm not. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just go through this what everybody's talking about. I'm gonna give my little perspective on it, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. This will not be long at all. I'm trying to go maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe that kind of stuff. What's up to everybody? I hope you guys will at least share it. I'm not in my usual type of setup. I'm wide out because I want to show you something. So y'all know y'all like this screen set up. I look whole lot, production wise, but for numbers, you have to put it in the vertical thing. I know a lot of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Instead of the horizontal view, I know I look better this way, but in order to do what I need to do as far as numbers goes, I need to put it in the vertical. But anyway, Maxx Crosby. That's what Cowboy World is talking about today. And it's gonna be um, it's gonna be talked about for a while. Here's the first thing that you need to understand, y'all. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just gonna go on straight to it. First of all, it sounds real dry in here. Let me put some music on. I talk better when I got some. Yeah, that. Do I have witness? Woo! I need to turn it down a little bit. That's my hype music for some reason. I like that type stuff. First things first. Here's the first thing you need to know about Maxx Crosby. It could be very well. Well, let's go. First things. Trey Wingo. Put it out there. In Twitter land, I'm quite sure most of you saw it. Trey Wingo name has weight. When Trey Wingo says something, you probably need to pay attention to it. Not saying it's true or not, but Trey Wingo is a guy who's had a lot of connections for a very long time. He is a connected. I guess that's the best word you can put it. He's connected. He's a connected guy. And so when he says something, his chances are that this probably is true. And so what he put out was that he just flat out said that the Cowboys have made inquiries about Maxx Crosby, possible trade. Now, Trey Wingo, if that is the case, he got it from somewhere else. Please understand it. He didn't get it from him. Trey Wingo is not Adam Scheffner or whatever. But we can put weight on to Trey Wingo. Trey Wingo is that one of those guys that you have to pay attention to when he says something. He's just connected. So when I saw it today earlier, just like most of you, I'm quite sure most people had different perspectives, but my perspective was, okay, Trey Wingo said it. He put it on his Twitter account. It's got some weight. I didn't get hype either way. I just said it has some weight. Okay. And so I had to wait till I got off work before I did anything and came to you today because I want just to see some things. There's no Jerry Jones is in New York City right now getting ready for the league owners meeting. If there's, Jerry said in his interview today that when they get up there, people talk about everything. Trades, players, everything. So, you'll never know. Will Jerry talk to Al Davis' son up there, or representative of the Raiders, or what? Who knows? Will they wink eyes at each other? Will they send text messages? We don't know. And it's no sense of even doing anything or saying anything. I'm sorry, I forgot about this mode. I'm gonna put this up. I'm sorry. Hello to everybody. There you go. Bam. There it is. Jay Bryant, what's up? I can see it on the screen. Los, what's up, brother? Brian Thompson, Ken Wright, what's going on? B Bird in the building. My brother B Bird here. Ken Wright, Craig Lofton. Good to see all you guys popping in on your boy just real quickly. Listen, I already been almost on too long. We don't know. I'm putting weight on what Trey Wingo said, but I'm not putting any weight on Dallas making a move. We've been down this road, y'all, too many times with too many big name players. It's too many years in a row, whether it's by free agency or whatever. These are the type of deals that the Cowboys just don't do. We know this. We know that. bottom line, I really can end the show right there because we all know that these are the type of things that just even it don't make any difference. This is what Jerry and Steven do not do. We got that out the way. Now y'all know that. We've been down this road too many years. We know how much the Cowboys love their picks. We know that, even though, all the brothers and DC Universe are saying, forget the picks and all that type of stuff. Forget the picks and all that. I agree with that myself, because when you're chasing a championship, these are the type of moves that you do when you're trying to win a world championship, and it will cost you. To win a world championship. These are the sacrifices that you have to make, and if you're really serious about trying to get there, or if you're really serious about getting your organization over the hump or whatever, this is the type of move that will get it done or get you dang near close to it. But it's just not the move that the Cowboys do. We don't make moves like we have in the far past, in the distant past. With Dion, with Charles Haley, those are Super Bowl free agent signings and trades. Charles Haley, Dion. This move here, I'm not gonna say it's on that same level, but it's beneath. It's not crazily beneath it. I'm not saying Maxx is on the level of a Charles Haley, but in this era, Maxx, of course, is one of the best in the game. Is he Micah Parsons? It just depends on what you like. But if you say Micah Parsons is better than Maxx Crosby, that's fine. And I wouldn't argue with it. And I'm not trying to get in a debate on who's better. But this I will say, if Micah Parsons is better than Maxx Crosby, it ain't by a lot. It's not just a huge gap. The only difference is that, Micah is younger. I think Maxx is 30 years old. But I mean, that's really the big gap. But as far as talent wise, as far as motor and all that type of stuff, it ain't that much of a difference. Maxx is one of the best. And when I look back at it, I said, I know that this is not what we do. However, I had to get out of that. Since I already knew that, I had to get out of what I already know about the Jones family, and let's say, okay, let's just look at it. Let's look at it, Lou. Doug, let's look at it big time. Look, let's see why it would make sense. I'm sorry, he's 28. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking. Maxx Crosby is 28 years old. Michael's a little bit younger. Listen, I had to think, and I had to look, and this is the only reason why I'm in this screen here like this, where it's wide, and I know y'all feeling this little look here and all that, but we ain't gonna do this too long. I looked at it, and I'm gonna let y'all look at it for those that don't know, and I have it here for those of you that may be watching this a little bit later on. You can pause, rewind, whatever else. But I said to myself, let's look at this thing and see. Yeah, Maxx is 28 years old. Yeah. Let's see. Let's just look at this, y'all. This is the only reason why I brought this screen out here. I hope you guys can see that. Matter of fact, let me make it bigger. There we go. There you go. Let's look at this. Because even though I know the Jones don't do this, y'all see me in the bottom right of your screen. But I really don't want y'all to focus on me. I know you can hear me. But I want y'all to look at this contract. Because this is the Raiders contract that supposedly, if you trade for them, this is what you're going to be getting. And although this is not what the Cowboys usually don't do, good Lord, it makes perfect sense. If you were to trade for this dude, it makes perfect sense. And it's just too good to be true. Let's look at this, y'all. And then I'll let you go. First of all, he's 28 years old. All right. His base salary is 30. This is what you're going to be inheriting. It's $32 million. What was Michael? What did Jerry offer Michael? 40? Am I right? 40, 41 million? Ladies and gentlemen, you see 2025 there? Y'all see that? His base salary this year is $32.5 million. He already locked in. This is a 3-year contract extension. In other words, that's a bargain. And you're getting a great pass rusher. Great against the run, great pass rusher, an all-pro player. Hello? This is love. Let's move over a little bit. 32 million, that's just this year. I know y'all looking, but I'm just saying, you ain't worried about a cap hit. This cap is only 38 million, as you can see. Look, $38 million. That's it. You were gonna be paying Michael 41. If you know just signed with Dallas, I mean Green Bay paying him what, 47? This is a bargain. Look at next year, 2026. His base on the salary is only 30 million. It goes down. Matter of fact, let's just go all the way down. Look all the way down to 2029. It's in the 20s. Hello? This is perfect. You get your pass rusher back. I'm almost done, y'all, because I ain't got nothing to say. This speak for itself. Look at the cap hits. And most of all, watch this. His guaranteed money, if I go down the contract notes, here it is. This is 2 years. This year and next year is $62.5 million. For 2 years, that's the money that's guaranteed, which means you can get out of this stuff. The potential out is 2028. Look up, y'all. The potential 2028 out is 3 years, $93 million, no dead cap. In other words, if you let them go, it's nothing on the cap. This is a dream contract for the Cowboys. If your Super Bowl window with Dak is 2 years or so, guess what? You can do all this in 2 years, and you know, if you say, all right, we gotta go back to the drawing board. Okay, you can go back to the drawing board. This is a dream. It makes sense if we was to do it. I ain't trying to get hyped with it because I know how the Cowboys are. But I'm just saying, look at this contract. It is, and most of all, Jerry would, let me get out of this. Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Michael would have gotten 40 million. 41 tops. That's what Jerry offered. Max, the highest that you're going to pay him is this year. It goes down next year, 2 million. The next year it goes down $1 million more. And if you don't like him, you can get out of here in 2028. It is perfect. It makes sense. Even though I don't believe that Jones will do it, I'm just saying, because of course you had to give up something. Y'all share this. Y'all hit the like real quick. The contract is the content. I really don't have to say this. I don't have to say nothing. Y'all can pull it up, look at it yourselves. It makes perfect sense if you were to do it. Look at it. It's 2 years guaranteed money this year and next year. We just saw that at the bottom of the screen on the contract notes. Now, the question is, what would you have to give up? I would give up one of those number ones and something else this year. I would do that. I would do that for this dude. He's worth that. He's an all-pro player. He's great. It ain't no doubt about Crosby. Crosby is a great football player. The talent ain't worth talking about. We know he's great. It makes perfect sense. And not too many other teams have what the Cowboys possibly can offer. That's why I say, we may have to just hold up before I just kill it. Because it makes sense. Not too many teams have what the Cowboys have. B-Bird, great observation. Where we are in week 7, the Raiders already done paid it. He's a Raider right now. Cowboys just had to pick up on the rest of it. So really, are you really out of 32.5? No, the Raiders done played it. This is a dream. This is a dream. It makes sense. Now, ego-wise, watch this, y'all. Y'all know Jerry full of ego. Jerry, because he got personal with Michael, he just traded him. You know, he got them little picks with it. Okay, he got that. But everybody is saying, you know, the Green Bay got the best of the deal. And you know Jerry don't like that, y'all. And he's still saying, well, you got to wait. And it's true. You have to wait until we get this year's first round pick, if you were to draft with that pick. And Green Bay's pick and next year's Green Bay pick. Then you can judge, and then you really have to wait 2 or 3 years with the rookies that you have and see how they turn out. And then you got to go back at that particular time, maybe about 5 years, say, let's revisit the Michael Parsons trade with Dallas and who came out on top. I mean, we got at least, 5, 6 years before we really can judge it. However, if you tell Jerry Jones, and I put this to y'all, Cowboy Nation, if I tell you that because of the Michael Parsons trade, we got 2 additional first round picks, Kenny Clark and Maxx Crosby came out of this. Let me say that again. If I were to tell you that when we traded Michael Parsons, that when all the smoke clears, we would have gotten Jadeveon Clowney in free agency, Maxx Crosby in a trade, Kenny Clark in a trade, and 2 extra first-round draft picks. Let me ask y'all this question. Would you be interested in that? You wouldn't have to wait 4 or 5 years. The Cowboys and Jerry Jones would sit back like a fat Mac and say, I told you so. Now y'all talk to me. I let Michael go. But look what I got out of it. I replaced the all-pro with an all-pro in Maxx Crosby, and I got Kenny Clark, somebody help us with the run defense. I got Jadeveon Clowney out of it. And the reason why I'm saying Jadeveon Clowney, because without Michael Parsons, we probably wouldn't have got Jadeveon Clowney. And in my back pocket, I got 2 first-round picks out of it. Now we're getting Crosby, probably going to eliminate one of those first-round picks. That's fine. I still got 1 extra one. Are you going to sit and tell me y'all wouldn't have took that? I don't care how Michael Parsons is. I don't care how great he is. It wouldn't even be a thought for me. I get a defensive tackle who can play, and I get Maxx Crosby. Yeah, I want Jerry to feel that. I want this. I want his ego to get involved in this one. I do. I want his ego involved on this one because it is a no doubt win. If he was to pull this one off, he would listen. Y'all think he been on TV and on the radio lately? Oh my God, he is gonna flat out lose it. And guess what? We would lose it too. We would all lose it because you know what that would mean. You talking about instant defense. You get a great run defender and a pass rusher in one player in Maxx Crosby to add to what we got now. Your defense, I guarantee you, will not be in the bottom. That party will start immediately. I'm just saying, however the way you look at it, is not too many negatives in this. It's not. It's not too many negatives. I personally, let me preface this by saying, I'm not fit to jump on it because I know how the Jones family operate. The Raiders may act, if that was the case, the Raiders may ask for too much. And, it might be a price tag that the Cowboys shouldn't pay. But here's the other thing, though, that you also got to factor in, which may be the real reason why the Cowboys probably won't do this. It's because, please understand, it's going to be more than one team that's going to want Maxx Crosby. If y'all think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be the only one knocking at the door of Maxx Crosby, you crazy. That's what's scary. Because, see, this is the type of thing that the Philadelphia Eagles usually come in the back door and just destroy us. And this is why that if Jerry is going, if the Cowboys are going to do this, you better go and do it. Because what you don't need is our enemies. And I ain't talking about just Philly. It could be San Francisco. I'm serious, y'all. It could be Detroit. I'm just saying. It's gonna be more than one team that's gonna be asking for the services of Maxx Crosby. If he really is on the trading block, it is gonna be a lot of teams that is going to be knocking at the door. One day, hey, I got Mr. Cowboy Nation on here. My brother, my homeboy right here in Memphis, who has a great show right there, Mr. Cowboy Nation on there. If you haven't subscribed to him, y'all need to click on him, subscribe to him. Me and him have done shows together. I'm quite sure before this season is over with, we're going to do another one coming up. But this is my guy. He lived right here in Memphis with me. A bad dude. And he asked me, does Philly have the cap space? Wrong. Check it out. Harold Roseman makes things happen. I'm just saying. I mean, we be our mouths be open when we hear what Philly done. I'm serious. Even though they just brought back Brandon Graham, he's older, but I'm just saying. Look, I don't know. I don't know. And for all of you, even though I wouldn't do it, I mean, I don't want this player gone that I'm getting ready to say. But if the Raiders were to ask for him, plus a first round pick, and maybe a fifth, I would do it. If they ask for Trayvon Diggs, even though I don't want Diggs gone, I don't want Diggs gone. But if the Raiders ask for it, and a first round pick, and maybe a fifth. I do it so fast and make your head spin. I don't want Diggs gone. I'm just saying for those in the building that because they really ain't gonna tell the truth, even though but if Diggs is really gone, you don't think the Raiders wouldn't take Trayvon Diggs? I'm just saying. I'm talking about it may not require all draft picks. If you think Diggs is a headache, if you talking about that, you put Diggs in that, you give a first round pick with it. Okay? And you may add a fifth to it, maybe a fifth, or next year's fifth, or next year's third, whatever. What also would they do, y'all? Everybody talking about Pickens now. Everybody knows that if Pickens don't get hurt, he gonna have over 1,000 yards or close to it, whatever. And when this thing is all over, Pickens is gonna be asking, as he should, for $30 million plus. Well, if you do this, ladies and gentlemen, if you do this, don't that give you all this cap space? When you add in that probably we're not going to sign Steele. Diggs was probably going to be gone anyway. Et cetera, et cetera. There's some more people. There's your money for Pickens right there. You got money for Pickens now. But I'm just saying. This stuff, it makes perfect sense. I'm just saying, this possible trade rumor, even though I'm not getting hype about it because I've been a Cowboy fan for so many years, and I done seen names be brought up by the Cowboys and free agents. Dallas always the first name that everybody always say. It never fails, y'all. And all that does is it piques the interest up. So the question is, don't blame Jerry and Steven, because see, the Cowboys probably didn't say absolutely nothing about this. But the Raiders could have, because Wingo is tied to a whole lot of different people who know people, and those people know people. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why I don't get hyped. The Cowboys' name always comes up first in free agent signings and in trades. It is the playbook of the player that is getting ready to get traded or a possible free agent signing. I'm almost believing that the Dallas Cowboy brand is the first player of the playbook to drive prices up. I'm almost convinced of that. I done seen it too many times. The names go on and on. Derrick Henry, Bobby Wagner, all that time. I'm just saying. Jerome, I agree. Sent Diggs home today after they were talking about he might be playing. Diggs' home is up for sale. Just in case some of y'all didn't know that. Diggs' home, his mansion, is up for sale. His $4 million mansion is up for sale in Dallas. I don't want Diggs gone. I don't, because we don't have nobody better on our roster better than Diggs. I'm saying that when you talk about Bland and Diggs are our best two corners, ain't nobody else better. So we lose when Diggs, I don't care what y'all say. We lose when Diggs is gone. And even if you were to trade him, okay, I don't know nothing about Ravel. Ravel is a rookie. I don't know nothing about him. Nothing. He's not proven. I don't know nothing about him. I know what we saw last week against Commanders, but check this out, y'all. Y'all want the real truth? Here go the real truth. Now, y'all like it. We celebrated Sunday. We celebrated Monday. We feel pretty good, but here's the real bottom line truth. Our defense gave up 22 points. Could have probably been more if we would have knocked out Daniels. We gave up that with third string wide receivers. That's the truth. If Deebo Samuel would have been playing, if Terry McLaughlin would have been playing, if we gave up 22 points, what would it have been if Deebo and McLaughlin would have played? I'm just, I know y'all don't like it. It's just the truth. It's the truth. We'll see where we really at this week because guess what? Denver got some good receivers. We'll see. I'm not saying David score 40. I'm not going to say that at all. I'm just trying to tell you the real truth. I'm not hype about the defense. We played a whole lot better. We did what we were supposed to do with a team that has third string wide receivers playing all the way across the board. We knocked out their quarterback. Let's not act like we. Come on, y'all. You need somebody like Maxx Crosby. That's the reason why I said that. You need somebody like this. This is a Super Bowl move. Getting this guy. That is a Super Bowl move. That's a Super Bowl trade. Like, yeah, we finna go for it. The fan base comes back immediately if you get them. I'm just saying. I don't want. I just threw that out there because I just threw that out there just off the top of my head. Just saying, if Diggs is a headache and the organization has made their mind up to saying, hey, he's a headache, he's a cancer, which I don't believe he is. I'm big time don't believe it. I know he's not. But if you feel like that's what he is, then put him in the trade package. Get something for him. Huh? It makes sense, y'all. That's what I'm saying. If I put weight on this because Wingo said it. Trey Wingo said it, I'm putting weight on it. I'm putting weight on him because he's credible. It's almost the equivalent if Adam Schefter said it. If Adam Schefter says something like this, I'm putting weight on it. If James Slater says this, I'm putting a whole lot of weight on it. Trey Wingo says it, I'm putting weight on it. On him. I'm not putting weight on the deal though, because it ain't no deal. Are they talking? Has there been an inquiry? I don't know. But I don't. Wingo wouldn't put it out there unless it's somebody told him his sources. He got many of them. He wouldn't put it out there if he wouldn't, if it wasn't true. So I'm putting weight on it. Who knows? But this would be big if it's really true, and if it really is some inquiry to this. If it's true, and if the Cowboys really want to make this happen, they need to. And I'm gonna say this again. The Cowboys, if this is true, if the Raiders are really thinking about this, please understand that the Dallas Cowboys are not the only team that need a dude like this. It's gonna be a lot of packages offered for this dude. And so if the Cowboys are really serious about this, if it is the case, then the Cowboys need to go on, stop playing around. They got the assets to make this thing happen rather quickly. And they also have what other teams do not have in offering this. So I'm in full, it don't even play around with it. Before somebody else come and snag him away, if he really is out there just dangling and say, come get me, then you just don't need to play around with this thing. Go ahead and just go get him. Make your mind up. The contract speak for itself. Y'all can see right there. It is a win-win. It's a win-win. It's a win. It's no doubt. It is a win. The Raiders have already paid most of his salary, like B Bird said earlier. We're in week 8. Y'all, let me show y'all that. Let me show y'all that real quick. Look at this. Per game bonus, 46,000. So 46 times 7, whatever that is. Right there at the bottom, as you can see. Next year's salary, fully guarantees the third league day of 2026. It's next year, y'all. That'll only be 29 million. Michael Parsons just got 47. If we would have paid him, it would have been 40. This dude would only get 20. Look, y'all see that on the contract notes? Look, y'all see this? 29 million is the salary that's guaranteed. Can you say bargain? Come on, y'all. It just I don't see no bad benefits of this. 29 million next year. We were gonna be paying Mike over 40. And guess what? At the end of the year, Maxx Crosby gonna be an all-pro, just like Michael Parsons gonna be. He gonna be an all-pro just like Michael. He been an all-pro every year on the bad teams. Look at this stuff. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to find something negative about it. I really am. But the contract is there. It is a perfect answer to all the problems. You get your pass rushing back and a cheap one in today's time. This is super cheap. And you're getting virtually the same all-pro production. I just don't. Oh, and if you want to say, like I said earlier, make no mistake about it, Maxx Crosby is better than Michael Parsons against the run. Michael Parsons is a better pass rusher than Maxx Crosby, but is the gap really that big? Like, is it a 1A and a 1B? Really, because Max double-digit sack guy every year too. But I know he's a better defensive end overall than Michael Parsons is. More complete the end. Let me put it that way. He is. We all know Mike ain't good, bad. You don't never hear nobody say that Maxx Crosby is bad against the run. You hear that about Michael Parsons. You hear that when they say run at Michael Parsons. You don't hear that about Maxx Crosby. I'm just calling like it is. And you're getting it, and his salary is 29 next year. $29 million. I don't know. Y'all help me. I don't know what the negative is. On a deal like this. Like I said, the only negative that I can see is what we don't know is, what really would the Raiders ask for? That's the only real question. And they may ask for something ignorant. And we say, well, we can't do that. And you can't blame the Cowboys if that's the case. But that's called negotiation. That's really all, The Raiders, look, let me tell y'all something. Who the Raiders play this week? Because, see, they ain't won but one game, right? See, they might be ready to get this thing started. The Raiders looking to the future. Let me see who the Raiders playing. See, we play them in a couple of weeks. They ain't gonna be trying to win that game. Not against us. What is this week? They got to bye. Am I right? They play November the 2nd against Jacksonville. That's probably a loss. They play at Denver on November the 6th. That's probably going to be a loss. They ain't won one game. And then they play us on that Monday night. By that time, the Raiders are probably going to be 1-8, 1-9. They about to cash this thing in. They trying to get ready for the future. Then they got Cleveland. They got the Chargers. It don't make no difference where they playing it. I mean, the Raiders gonna pull one of these games out, but I'm just saying. Then they play Denver again. Then they play at Philly, at Houston. Then they play the Giants then against Kansas City. The Raiders may not win no more than 1-2 more ball games. Why not trade to get these picks? They gonna be ready to sell. They ain't gonna sell Ashton Genty. They gonna sell Maxx. Maxx want to win. Maxx don't want to be a part of another rebuilding organization. Enough is enough. The Raiders ain't gonna trade Brock Bowers, the great all-pro tight end they got. They ain't even to do that. They need salary. They need salary relief. I mean, I'm looking at the Raiders schedule. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready to sell. Man, this look. Come on now. This is not hard. But I'm not going to get invested. I'm just stepping out and saying these are the benefits if the Cowboys would do this, and it's just too many. If they don't do it, guess what? Hey, okay, get ready for the draft next year. And I guess you might draft a pass rusher with your 2 first-round picks in the draft next year. Do all it. Which is fine. You might want to stay young. You may want to. You may want to have a pretty good pass rusher out of the draft, and you get them for 4-5 years, whatever. Paying them, the rookie contract thing. You might want to go that route. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is the Maxx Crosbys of the world don't grow on trees. This dude is already one of them dudes, and he's young, 28 years old, and he's cheap compared to the Myles Garrett's and the Michael Parsons and the Chad Aiden Hutchinsons, these guys, the Joey Bosa. Look, this is a bargain. This is a bargain. It just don't make. I don't see the negatives. Will it happen? I believe it when I see it. But if it does, look out. All right. That's it. I'm done. All of you that's looking at this later on, I'm kind of leaving the contract up there for you so you can see it because it's almost too hard to believe. Like, come on, Jerry. Like, wow. Really? That's it? $29 million next year? That's it? Shh. You gonna pay Michael 40? 41? And you gonna get all pro production from him? No doubt. Man, please. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I put them. Dang, what happened to my screen? Jeez. Let me get this out. Let me close that. I look horrible right there. Where is it? That is better. Hey. I put the stars out here in the background. Even though this, y'all know I'm a Cowboys fan. I got all kind of colors going on. I put the black and the white up for the Raiders. I put a white shirt on, t-shirt on. I ain't got no cowboy colors on, nothing. I got my gray chain on. I don't ask me why I got my name in orange and yellow. I don't know that. But I got the stars behind me because I'm saying, look, we need to get to the stars here on this one. We need to pray to the universe. Because this dude would answer a lot of problems for us. There's no doubt about it. This dude would. We'll be right. Jerry's ego would be crazy. And you get this type of dude with this offense. Man, look. You talking about getting some extra possessions back. You get this type of dude, we talking now. We talking. If this offense dude keep where they at, you add this dude on defense. All I'm saying, let's go play football now. Let's go play football. Bring anybody. Of course, I'm getting ready for the Lakers tonight. You know I am, Joe. My Lakers are opening the season night against the Warriors. Yeah, I'm getting ready for it. It's NBA season, baby. You know what time it is. I love LA. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. All right. I'm done, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. Thanks for listening to my little tirade and looking at everything. Hey, I believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it. Are they really making the call? We don't know. But it would be interesting if they really are, wouldn't it? Interesting. All right, I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.